Hello, this is Top Prep Sports Interviews by Sunil Sunder Raj. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Jaden Wehausen, a sophomore at Gwynn Park High School in Brandywine, Maryland, and a goalkeeper on the Varsity Soccer Team. Once again, Jaden, thank you for taking time out to speak with me. A great opportunity, and congratulations on your success.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Hey, let's talk about Jaden. Sophomore season. Player of the year. I you couldn't have asked for any more in terms of having that follow-up season to your freshman year, where you're said first team All County, and you've been the varsity soccer team these first 2 years. Could you just when you reflect and we think about the success you've been able to attain, it really has got to. I mean, you got to feel good about it. I mean, it must bring a lot of joy to you here, Jaden.
Yeah, it's been a lot of joy, but it wasn't always like this. I mean, I've came from teams where we barely won any games, and to teams where I'm at now, like Gwynn Park, where we're having buys in the playoffs because of our record. It's a blessing.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I mean, to put that jersey on, it's a 00 jersey on, that Yellow Jacks jersey, Jackets jersey, excuse me. What does that represent to you personally here, Jaden?
It just represents effort and giving it your all. Like I can't ask my teammates to give me their all if I'm not putting it all in myself. So
Yeah.
we bust our tails off at practice. We hustle, motivate each other to do better in school. I mean, it's just a great program. I wouldn't trade it for nobody else.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear. I'm wondering, when you first stepped on that field, and as a freshman, just were those experiences like? What was going through your mind here, Jaden? Excuse me, sorry about that.
Well, it's my first year back from soccer after COVID, so I was just
Yeah,
trying to shake the dust off and, really step into a role as a leader. Although I was the youngest on the team,
yeah.
it was just discipline and effort that I'm trying to install in my other teammates, also myself. And it was just came with the coaches and other teammates, having trust in me, knowing I can do what I need to do.
It's a big responsibility. I mean, being the captain for the first 2 years, but to be in that leadership role and um, guide these the rest of your teammates through battle, and as said, game by game. I mean, that's a true honor and privilege. Being able to just speak to that as well, Jaden.
Well, being a captain, it's not a popularity contest. It's really who they believe will get the job done on the team.
Yeah,
And I'd rather be the most unpopular captain if that's what it comes to get the job done.
yeah.
I'll always be your best friend off the field, but on the field, it's certain things that need to be done.
Yeah, I think to be that voice in the room, in the locker room, and then of course on the field, it definitely to have that again, that presence. I'm sure again, it's a lot of people, look up to you. And the fact that you've had change, or in terms of the coaching as well, but you've been able to adapt to that, flawlessly. Talk about that as well here, Jaden.
Well, my freshman year, we had Coach G. He was our head coach with Coach Alvarez an assistant at the time. And I mean, Coach G was that's my guy till this day. We still keep in
Mhm.
contact. But he just had to let go of his way. Life doesn't always come easy for you. He got a better job. We're happy for him. But when he was here, the time we had was fun, blood, sweat, tears, everything you could ask for, man. I mean, I
Yeah,
love that guy with everything in me. And
it's great.
Coach Alvarez, teacher at the school, so he's always nearby. I'll drop in, speak to him in between classes, and he just
Mhm.
motivates me to do better in school, in life, and even on the field.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. And I'm just wondering, when it comes to the game of soccer for you, Jaden, what are some of the intangibles that stand out about the sport that really make it, again, so fun to play, and just the fact that you come back year after year? I mean, really, what is it that intrigues you the most?
I mean, for me, it's an unpopular sport for America. Where I'm
Yeah,
from, people really look down on soccer, and it's like this is my way of trying to create a voice for soccer and create an example that hey, just because we're not basketball, baseball, football, that we matter. Soccer is a fun sport, but also it's tough. We
yeah.
got a lot of injuries we deal with too. It's not just any type of sport. It's contact. It's physical. It
Hmm.
requires a lot of running. So It's just any other sport that requires everything from you, your body, your mind,
Yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah, the outstanding points you made, and the fact that I was going to get to that in terms of the, strength and conditioning, nutrition. I mean, really, like that is so pivotal in terms of staying in optimal shape because again, if you want to excel, be the best at your craft, you have to put the time in. Can you talk about and the fact that obviously that work in the off season really paid off immensely? The fact that you were here to, you were the player of the year your sophomore year, but just could you describe just in terms of that regimen here, Jaden?
I mean, honestly, I never let my foot off the gas. As soon as I'm done with soccer, I jump straight into basketball. And once basketball
Yeah.
is over, it's the grind in between basketball and soccer. I'm going from basketball to soccer workouts day by day, night by
Mhm.
night. It's just that just getting rest is what's most important to me right now and eating right because I can't let
Yeah.
my body off, can't get out of shape any more than I already have. So it's just staying on top of my grind.
Yeah. That's again, that's tremendous to hear. Hey, 6'3", playing that goalkeeper position. So I'm wondering, like, just in terms of before you take the field, pregame, warm-ups, routines, what's going through your mind? And then once you hit that field, Jaden.
Pre-game routine, before the game, we always start off with a prayer. Either I'm praying or a fellow teammate of ours. Once we get in that prayer, we know it's go time. Like
Yeah.
we gotta lock in now. We gotta be mentally tuned into the game. But just pre-game warm-ups and everything, I'm just thinking about what I can do, what job I can do to get the win.
Mhm. Hey, during the course of a game, and I'm wondering, like, when you're there in net and you're watching the action on the field, I'm always interested, like, when I speak to athletes about this, that what is going through their minds, what they're perceiving. I said it's easy, for people who are on the sidelines. I mean, but unless you're really there, I said you're playing the game, it's an entirely different animal. So just again, what is just really flowing through your mind at that during the course? I mean, because you said, I mean, it is a physical game, and you really can't take your eye off the action, off the ball. Just talk about that, Jaden.
Yeah. As a goalie, you have your ups and downs where you're getting all the action or you're getting none at all. So it's like
Yeah.
when the ball is progressed to the other side of the field, I'm more in like a coaching captain mindset where I'm hoping my midfields and strikers get to where they need to be. You know, my voice is pretty deep, so I can yell down the field and let them know,
Yeah.
where we need to be at. Because I'm the back line, I can see the whole field better than them.
Hmm.
Coaches from the sideline, they can't see the other side. So I use
Yeah.
my voice as that to guide them and just keep us in tune.
Hey, one of the most impressive performances, 18 saves in a game. That's something that's always going to stay with you, for the rest of your life. Talk about that particular game. And again, I mean, that's something that, in terms of accolades, accomplishments, it's got to be right up there, Jaden.
So far, that's been my best game throughout my whole soccer career, from
Yeah.
Pee Wee up till now. Um, it was a tough game going into it. A few teammates of ours were afraid of playing Fairmont, whereas I'm looking at is Fairmont beat us twice the year before my freshman year,
Mhm.
badly, 9-4 in the playoffs, ended some of my favorite seniors' careers, and I
Yeah.
looked at it as though this is my way to revenge, get back for them. And that game, although Coach Alvarez was coaching, Coach G came back and visited us. And, I was kind of in that tune where I was at like, oh, yeah, we got to get a job done. Because when he was here, he never beat Fairmont ever
Hmm.
in his career. So I'm like, for me
Yeah.
to be able to beat Fairmont with my teammates, that would mean something to him.
Yeah. No, it's again, that's is terrific to hear. Hey, I wanted you alluded to the fact that you're, I said a multi-sport athlete, and I think that's great. I mean, like, the fact basketball, football, soccer, I mean, year round, you're staying, in shape, as said, you're never taking a day off. I mean, it's it's I and that is so commendable. I mean, the fact that you're willing to dedicate yourself to playing these sports. Talk about how, I mean, it's very unique, and it has become very popular where, I said, especially in high school, kids are playing multiple sports. But again, that's, I mean, because the fact that one sport can affect the other, and just in terms of like, it can be so beneficial here, Jaden.
So pretty much my mindset about playing multiple sports is I'm incorporating every part of my body, trying to strengthen my body.
Hmm.
Although soccer incorporates a lot of footwork, it translates over to basketball and football. Whereas though I may be working mostly on my feet in soccer, but basketball
Yeah.
it involves footwork too. So
Hmm.
everything I do is kind of tied in together. Whereas though I'm just trying to get the best out of myself for whichever path I take: soccer, basketball, football.
Yeah, all valid points. Yeah, I think, again, it can be nothing but positive, vibes in terms of playing those sports. So I'm wondering, when it comes to, I guess we can start with soccer, maybe MLS, and then even overseas. We've seen the game grow so much in the sport, especially coming off the World Cup here. Any particular players that you pay close attention to? Especially with the goalkeeper position, Jaden.
To be honest, my goal was to never make it to the Major League Soccer, so I never would
Okay.
pay attention really. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has their favorite players. Growing up, I wanted to be like Neymar, but I
Yeah.
was a goalie. I couldn't be like him. I cut my hair like him and everything. But Major League Soccer was never really an option for me. It was just getting the
Yeah,
best out of college, getting a free ride.
that's great. So I guess then we could turn our attention to basketball or football then.
Yeah, you know, basketball was really my first sport, whereas though I
Okay.
played at Pee Wee, and it was kind of like I grew a passion for it, but I started seeing soccer, and soccer really took my eyes off of things, and it was, I could play that year round, indoor soccer. It was
Yeah.
just a great time as a kid. So that's what I decided to stick with.
Yeah. That's super to hear. As you know, it's just not being an athlete, it's being a student athlete, and you've just absolutely been able to just again excel in the classroom. 4.0, I mean, the past two semesters, 3.8 cumulative. As you know, it really boils down to time management and organization here, Jaden. Just talk about uh how you've been able to really strike again, a fine balance, between athletics and academics. As I said, not everybody is cut out for this type of work. I mean, it just, again, between the practices, the games, lips, watching film, I mean, there's so much that goes into it. Just speak to how you've been able to really, master that.
I mean, I've really just learned that it's best to do what I can at any given moment. I mean, schoolwork, it always comes down to that's my number one. Without schoolwork, I don't have sports. I can't play sports. In our
Hmm.
county, a 2.0 is a requirement, but in my household, it's a 3.0. So
Hmm.
without that, I don't have sports. And
Yeah.
really, it's been my coaches who've really been on my back for me about keeping my grades up. Coach Miller Bevins, Coach Garner, Coach White, Coach Alvarez, all different type of my sports coaches. They really motivated me to do well in school. So I really thank them for that. I applaud them because without them, I don't know. I like that being over my back because it requires me to push myself.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's great. It's so nice to hear that. I wanted to ask you about Gwynn Park High School, just in terms of the support from the student body, that administration, athletic department as well here, Jaden.
As far as it comes to the athletics department, I mean, I'm in a great position. Whereas my dad grew up with my basketball coach, my cousin's my athletic director, so I'm really
Yeah,
well knit with Gwynn Park. So
that's
it's
great.
it's a loving community. You have people who support soccer, people who don't, but it does to me it doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah.
they're going to support you when you win, but they're going to hate you when you lose.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Hey, let's talk about social media. It's become huge in terms of highlight videos and just really being able to showcase your talents. Can you talk about that? How just being able to really harp on that and just again use it to your advantage here.
I want to say Twitter is my biggest blessing right now when it comes to athletics.
Hmm.
I mean, I just started using Twitter. I've always had an account, but a friend
Yeah.
reached out to me, Devin Baxter. He was like, "Yeah, Twitter is the place to be." And I'm
Yeah.
looking at him, football player, receiving high D1 offers. I'm like,
Hmm.
maybe I do need to check in on this. And
Yeah.
but my first month starting, top preps followed me, so When I
Yeah,
followed them
it's
back,
not a bad way.
yeah, I followed them back. They were about sixty
Yeah,
thousand. That was like last
yeah,
month or the month before, and it's just
yeah.
crazy to see they're at 72,000 right about now.
That's
So
right.
I've been
That's
posting
right.
my highlights. My highlights have been on there numerous times. I'll
Yeah.
send my film out to coaches on Twitter. So it's really just a huge up for athletes right now.
Yeah, and, again, what the I just marvel at is that the fact that you're just a sophomore, so still 2 more years left, and plenty of time to generate more highlight videos and you know post your accomplishments, whether academic, athletic. I mean, can only again, in the long run, you're going to have a lot more eyes on you.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing right now, just being young, having experience and exposure I do, because
Yeah.
it just opens up a bunch of doors up for me in my athletic and academic career.
Yeah, definitely exciting times. I think you really have um are in the right position here. Just a couple more left here, Jaden. Family support is important, and I know your dad, is the role model that you look up to. And what has he meant to you, in terms of this journey, in academics, athletics here?
I mean, it's really both of my parents, honestly, but my dad,
Hmm.
he's the one ripping and running, getting me to places here and there. My mom
Yeah,
handling things behind the scenes for me. But my dad, he's just like a role model for me on and off the field. On the field, just great sportsmanship. Off the field, just life lessons that I can never take away from him, because he's been through things that he doesn't want me going through. That's why he
yeah,
pushes me to do the best I can.
yeah,
And my mom, she'll always is in my corner. I mean, I love her to death and all, but you know, I love her. So
yeah,
everything she
yeah.
does for me, it may go unnoticed, but I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fabulous to hear both parents, it heavily involved, in terms of with both components with academics, athletics. That's great to hear. Hey, as you know, you need fallback, just in terms of hobbies. And I know that said you indicate enjoy taking pictures, a sports photographer, working out with friends, watching film, and spending time with loved ones. And let's not leave out the fact you hold down a job as well. I mean, you have that full, I said, structure in place, but it's from morning till night, you're at it. I mean, it's just like that. There's just no time to really sit down and take a break here. But I think that is just great that you have that in place at such a young age, because I think again, it can only lead to bigger and better things, down the road for you. But talk about those moments, the fact that, and I love that you're a sports photographer. I mean, you capture those moments. I mean, that's just speak to that, Jaden. Oh, oh, I can't hear you, Jaden. Oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, the volume. Oh, oh no, the volume. I don't know what happened. Mm-mm. Let's see what happened. Oh boy, I'm not sure what happened. The volume just went out. I can't hear you. Can you hear me, Jaden? Let's see what happened. Yeah, I still can't hear. Can you hear me? You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Yeah, that's I don't know what happened. Mm.
How about now?
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Yeah. So just, I was saying that, being a sports photographer, that's a great, skill to have. The fact that you'll be able to contribute in that arena as well. I mean, I think, and you've seen how much, photography has made a difference. I mean, I mean, just capturing again those incredible moments in games. Talk about that.
I mean, it all started over quarantine, where now many people were getting exposure, like getting
Hmm.
pictures, videos, whatever, as far as athletics. So
Yeah.
I created a passion for it. It always kept me around the game of sports I love. So
Mm.
it was just a way of keeping me out of trouble, but also in my passion at the same time. And
Yeah.
also, I'm also hoping people in my community, friends, people I don't know, everybody wants pictures to capture moments, that lifelong lessons, memories that they have. So it was just really a
Yeah.
blessing to be able to take pictures.
Yeah, that's just so beautiful to hear. I think that's the thing is catching, they are memories and they'll last, forever. And that's great to hear. And I said you also enjoy working out with friends, watching film, and spending time with loved ones. Talk about those times as well, Jaden.
Well, working out with friends really takes the top of the top of the list because
Hmm.
I'm always in a get better mindset, and having those people around me who
Yeah.
want to get better as well, it just creates numerous opportunities for us to push ourselves, motivate each other. Whereas though I might be having an off day and my teammate might not, but I'm gonna still support him because I want to see us all make it out. You know, Maryland, DMV in general is a small place. Nobody wants to stay here forever, really. So just
Hmm.
seeing people use athletics as a way to get out, I'm always loving for that.
Yeah. No, it's again, fantastic to hear. Hey, I think you're in a great spot here, Jaden. And I know you're just a sophomore in high school, but I think there are a lot of younger kids and athletes that obviously look up to the high school kids. And you were there one time trying to figure it out in terms of playing sports. And as you know, we live in a very competitive world here and country as well. I'm wondering what would you say to them? Like, if they were watching this, just in terms of just trying to find their passion, find the sport that they love and, trying to succeed.
To the younger ones, all I can really say is find what you have the passion for. I know your parents might want to put you in a little bit of everything, but whatever you have the most fun in, whether you might not be the best in, go with that route. Because at the end of the day, it's all about having fun. You want to get better, but you wouldn't want to work a 9 to 5 job that you don't enjoy. So why play a sport that you want to enjoy just to play it?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's again an excellent point you made. Hey, Jay, I want to give you the final word and message here for family, friends, teammates, and coaches uh, on the Gwynn Park High School varsity soccer team. Is at the high school administration, athletics, and community as well. And it just, I think, again, you've well deserved, and want to just give you the fourth, who you wanted to thank here.
To be honest, I really want to thank my whole family, my dad, my mom, uncles, Uncle Rocky, Aunt Toya. But as far as it comes to coaches, you have Coach K, Coach Garner, Coach G, Coach Alvarez, Coach White, Coach Miller Bevins. It's just a real deep community that I have that I always know I can go to if I ever needed to lean on somebody. I hope it doesn't come to that, but if I ever fell down, I know who I can call to pick me up.
Well said. Hey, Jada, just a true honor and privilege being able to speak with you. Said again, congratulations on your success at Gwynn Park High School on the varsity soccer team. I know that again you play other sport, basketball and football, and I think the future looks bright for you. Said here in the next 2 years. I know well beyond that, and wishing you continued success.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.